You remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take a sip of you, baby, I'm swerving from left to right. Left to right. You remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take two more shots, you know I'm swerving from left to right. All night. Would you call me old-fashioned if I kiss you in the rain in Manhattan? Oh, I can't wait until my lips are on yours. I can't help the way that I'm feeling. The way you look tonight is so appealing. Hold up, I need to pace myself. You're the bullet to my heart, I swear. I swear. Only took one shot. Only took one shot. The only thing I'll promise is I'll give you all I've got. Oh, you remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take a sip of you, baby, I'm swerving from left to right. Left to right. You remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take two more shots, you know I'm swerving from left to right.
Yeah, look, alright. Now pretty bourbon brown eyes, can I grab you off the shelf? You sweet but you strong, I gotta have you to myself. I'm trying to let you know that you're the only drink I'm trying to pour. Girl, it's Dunton, aka the slurring bourbon connoisseur. And look, I had a couple, so you know I'm telling the truth. I don't settle for kettle one, I don't settle for goose. First we had a couple rounds just to see how it go. Now it's time to tap that barrel, girl, let's see how it flow. You got that caramel dripping, now I'm sipping. They can't take you straight, but baby, I'm built different. It feels different. Listen, you keep getting Dunton loose. You far from the jungle juice, but you keep it 100 proof. I don't need no Coca-Cola or no Sprite for you. And yeah, you good on the rocks, might put that ice on you. You got that Jameson, that Johnny, or that Jack, and you can miss me. I need bourbon in my life, cause baby, you my favorite whiskey. Come on.
I don't want you holding back. Tell me everything, and I do mean everything, everything. It's time for last call. You know that this liquor been flowing faster than free fall. If we keep going, I might not be able to recall. My favorite bourbon. Take a sip of you, baby, I'm swerving from left to right. Left to right. You remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take two more shots, you know I'm swerving from left to right. Oh, let the band play on, and they'll be playing our song.
Girl, it's Dunton, aka the slurring bourbon connoisseur. And look.
Hey y'all, happy Thursday. What's mackin'? How you crack-a-lackin'? How you crack-a-lackin'? What's mackin'? So first of all, thank you, Miss Yvonne, for your resub. And hello, how are you today? Hey, London. Hey, Lioness Nala. Hey, Auntie Diddy. Hey, Locke. How y'all doing today? Happy Thursday. What's going on in your world? I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to start right off with a drink. That will be an indicator to you all what type of day I've had. Okay, I'm starting off with the drink, but I am Lisa the X, aka Brown Whiskey Woman. I am coming from you live from the ATL, from Lock and Key Media Group Studios. We here. Yeah, we here. So, what was Titty? What was Aunt Titty saying to you? Yeah, Nala, yeah, it's been like that. And I have something already, like, I got a bunch of stuff over here to taste. And just FYI, so y'all know, my I don't like it emote is undergoing revisions. So that's the reason why you don't see it. And they have to, Twitch have to approve it and all of that. It's gonna be animated, and I wanted to change it up. So because the reason why you don't see it is because it is under revisions. So there's gonna be a couple of new emotes. So anyway, so yeah, in a minute I'm gonna be drinking. Okay, and y'all are welcome to drink with me. But I always start off talking about what did we talk about last week, right? And I will admit, I have not watched last week's show. Normally, I get the opportunity to do that. I usually watch the show twice. I watch it, look through the comments, then I watch it and critique it. I didn't get a chance to do none of that shit. I didn't watch it at all. So I don't know. I don't know what happened last week. All I know is what I talked about. I know that last week was terms and conditions. I made a Black Mojito, which was a Halloween drink. It was so-so. It wasn't that great. I think I gave it like a 3. And I had an apple crisp kombucha and whiskey, which was much gooder. It was much gooder than the other drink. I liked it. And then also I want to notate something. You guys remember when I did that infusion, the vampire sangria that was in the bottle with all the dried fruits, and I poured the red wine in there? I did that like week before, like 2 weeks ago, I guess. Y'all, that was sitting in my fridge for like 2 weeks. I drank some of that the day before yesterday, and it was delicious. So the more it marinates, the better it gets, okay? Because remember, it had marinated like 24 hours, and I told you all it was just okay. Hey, T Summers, how you doing? Yeah, it was, but the longer it sat, the more the fruit infusion happened. Like, I am going to go back to like TJ Maxx and try to find another one of those. So it was delicious. It was very good. So highly recommend that. Hey, Eb, how you doing? So yeah, I wanted to give my report back on that. And then also last week, it was an anniversary. Well, we said it was an anniversary. We don't really know. But
It sounds good.
it sounded good, right? But Locke and Lisa, me and him, celebrated me being here 1 year in the studio doing my show. I've been on for 3 years, but 1 year in the studio. And I gave him a little gift. And then he gave me a really big gift. I don't know if you all noticed, but Beats for a Cure, I got a nice donation from Locke. So that definitely keeps me from hopefully being dead ass last. I hope I won't be DFL. But anyway, it definitely boosted up my contributions. And if you put !donate in the chat, and it's also pinned at the top of the chat as well, that is where you donate directly for Beats for a Cure. So I want everybody that's in here, and I'm going to talk about it again, but right now, everybody that's in here, I want you to follow this link. I want you to follow Beats for a Cure. It's twitch.tv/Beats for a Cure. That is the Beats for a Cure stream. So D-Man does a lot of different things on that stream. Not DJ stuff usually, but other things. He just had a session where an individual from the Cleveland Clinic did chair yoga, and it was really good. I just wish more people had known about it. And also, he's been doing some interviews and other things to really promote the event. And then you all know he has the live event that's going to be in Cleveland coming up in November, at the beginning of November. So really excited about that. But please make sure that you click on that and follow Beats for a Cure, because we're trying to get that to affiliate status. So make sure that you give it a follow so that we can help get it there. And then when you get live notifications, jump in there and see what we're doing, because he's got some different things on tap that he wants to bring He did a Lego on there so far. Then, as I said, the woman did chair yoga. So it's going to be some different things coming up. So I want to make sure you all are following that. So click on that, do that, follow, come back, because we're about to drink. Hey, DJ Moni G, how you doing? So tonight is all about them apples. But before I get off of that, I'm sorry. I got to go back because I said that Locke gave me a gift. And Locke, thank you very, very much. I think I said it last week, but if I didn't, thank you so much for that donation. I am very, very appreciative, very humbled, and very honored. Because, of course, Locke is also raising funds. He is on the Ray Train. We're on the Ray Train the same day, which is the 30th of October.
That's going to be a busy day.
It's going to be a very busy day because he's on at like 5 o'clock.
Yep.
And he'll be on for 2 hours. And then I come on at 11 o'clock and I'm on for 2 hours. So it'll be a late night stream. And y'all, we're going to have some fun. It's going to be our Halloween show, but it's also going to be some brown frisky woman. And
The return.
I have some story time books for you all that you all are going to get a big kick out of. I think you're going to enjoy them as much as we do. Yeah, we going to have some fun with that. So that's going to be really fun. And I found a pink bra too, y'all. So get ready for the Halloween costume. Yeah. So I'm working on my bra. I'm getting it all, fancied up and glittered up and all of that stuff. And this bra will have a bow on it. It will have a breast cancer awareness bow.
Will it have lights though?
I don't know. Maybe we'll have to see, right? But y'all know how I am about the whole, the fancy bras. So it's gonna be fun. Hey, LaWanda, how you doing? So yeah, this is going to be a really, really fun stream, and I'm really looking forward to it. But of course, raising funds all month long. Please give. It doesn't matter how much you give. ! Donate in my stream. I think everybody has ! BFAC. So I don't know. Maybe I need to change mine to make it consistent. But anyway, give. Make sure that you give, and make sure you're following Beats for a Cure. And it kicks off next Thursday. By the way, next Thursday. So I'll talk about that again at the end. So tonight is all about them apples. Everything that I have is related to apples and whiskey and liquor and stuff. So this is going to be fun. And we're going to talk about apples. We're going to be talking about different apple sayings. And I am going to start off with a beverage. So let me tell you all a little bit about this beverage. I want to tell you about the ingredients. And then I'm going to be tasting it. So first of all, shout out to London Michelle and IG, because London sent me this recipe through IG. And the recipe was a little bit different on IG, but London was like, I bet you it would taste really good with this. Bird Dog salted caramel flavored whiskey. So this would be think salted caramel Crown, but this is just Bird Dog. So this is just a different brand. So to tell you all a little bit about Bird Dog, this is 80 proof, about $20, and it comes out of Bowling Green, Kentucky. So Bird Dog has a lot of other flavors as well, and the flavors are really, really good. So this on its own is good. But we decided, or London decided, and I concurred, what if we modified this recipe? So the original recipe called for apple juice, sliced apples, cinnamon, and vodka. That's what it said, for you to put in, and you're making this infusion together. So we made some substitutions because you all know I don't do vodka. So what we did was Bird Dog, apple cider, which is the star of the show tonight, because a lot of the things that I'm making are going to be based from this apple cider. This is a Honey Crisp blend, and I chose this because I do like Honey Crisp apples. I think that they have a different kind of flavor. It's not there's so many different varieties of apples. You have Red Delicious and Gala apples and, snow apples. There's Macintosh. I mean, it's like a whole bunch of them. But this is Honey Crisp. Honey Crisp aren't quite as sweet to me. It has a little bit of a tartness to it that I like. So that's the reason why I chose this, because I was impressed that I found Honey Crisp apple cider. But anyway, I found this at my local Kroger, and this was like, I think it was $3.99 for it. As I said, the Bird Dog is $20. So let's get to what I did on this drink. Put those to the side. And this is my infused drink. So I sliced up some apples, put the apples in there, and there's some cinnamon sticks. And this was just the little cinnamon sticks that they sell at Kroger. So I bought those, put them in there. And what I did was half apple cider and half Bird Dog salted caramel. Now, the theory is, hey, Blue Majesty, thank you for the resub. I appreciate you. The theory is this is going to taste like a caramel apple. Nala, you asked what type of apples. I actually used, let me thinking about what did I buy? I think I bought Gala. Because I bought 2 apples. I bought a Red Delicious and I bought a Gala apple. And I bought the Red Delicious for my dog because my dog likes apples. So I chop up apples for him. So I think I put the Gala in here. That's what I'm remembering. I did this last night and my mind was all over the place. But I took like half of the apple. I peeled it because I don't really care for apple peels. But on the IG post, the gentleman did not peel the apples. He just sliced them up and put them in there. So yeah, so it's a sweet apple. So I would say any kind of apple you like. And I think it's just supposed to add to the infusion of this. So again, I took this jar and I just did half and half. So we're going to see if this really tastes like a caramel apple, because that was the thought. So I'm going to taste it and we're going to see. And as I said, I infused this overnight. It smells good. It smells like a caramel apple for sure. Caramel or caramel? I don't know. What do y'all say? Caramel? Both? You say both? I mean, I usually say caramel, but sometimes I say caramel, I guess. So like you said. So this smells delicious. It really smells like a caramel apple. Caramel apple. Okay. So let's see. Cheers, y'all. That is so good. Yay, London. Claps and snaps for London. That was really good. Okay, so it tastes like a caramel apple. It really does. This is really, really good. And I can imagine. Hey, Keith, how you doing? Yes, I am brave when I experiment. I'm a little, well, maybe a lot. I was going to say I'm a little bit like on the edge type of person. Maybe I'm a lot on the edge sometimes about some things. Yeah, this is really good. Now, when it comes to a drink, I will experiment. I'll try different foods. It's a lot of things in this life that I will experiment with. So this is good. Oh, I like it. Okay, so London, 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. You were right on this. It does. This is definitely. I'm gonna be drinking some more of that. That's good. Okay, so right out the gate, and put my glass over there. So yes. So again, for review, half apple cider, half caramel flavored whiskey. I use Bird Dog. You can use whatever you want. I sliced up some apples, whatever kind of apples you like. And I think I put 3 cinnamon sticks in it. And that's because the jar is not that big. If you had a larger jar, maybe you would want to put more cinnamon sticks in it. But I put 3 in there. And I think I have I have 4 apple slices or 5. But as I said, I think I just took half the apple and I took the peels off. So it's totally good. Yeah. 5. Like it. That's good. All right. So let me put that over to the side because I kicked right off with that. I needed that. I needed it. It was good. Locke can just have a plain apple cider because y'all know he don't drink. He ain't gonna be drinking that. So I have some other things to try though. Hey, Mr. Go DJ, how you doing? Super easy. And if ever I talk about anything on here, and I know I'm talking fast or whatever, but if there's anything that I'm speaking of, you all can always whisper me if you want the exact recipe. Of course, that recipe was contrived, concocted, whatever you want to call it, based on something that we saw on IG. But it worked. It worked perfectly. But I have some other things that I'm going to be trying. Of course, I just called that the caramel apple creation because we didn't really have a name for it. So I just called it that. I am going to be making a cinnamon apple cocktail from a recipe book that I have. I have Jack Daniel's Tennessee apple, and I have Crown Royal Washington apple, which is a ready to serve. And then I have Witch's Brew Apple Wine. So everything is apple. Now, what is not on this list, in case you all did not pick up on this, is I have no apple corn whiskey. Y'all remember that apple pie corn whiskey that I tasted? Like, I don't know. When was that? Last year? Or was it whenever it was? It was terrible. It was horrible. And I wanted to cry. And I think that's when we started the whole I don't like it. I didn't bring that back. I didn't want that. I don't want to taste that. I don't want to taste that ever again. Okay. I'm hoping all the rest of this apple stuff that I'm going to be tasting is good. Some of it I've tasted before because I've had, Jack apple before. I've had that before. But the Crown Royal and the wine, we're going to see. Yeah. It was, that corn whiskey. It smelled so good, y'all. It smelled just like apple pie. I let Locke smell it. He smelled it. He was like, ooh, this smells good.
But she was ready to slap me when she tasted it, though.
Can y'all see my face? I feel like it burned my insides, and they're probably still charred. They're probably still charred from that. I'm damaged. PTSD, right? It was bad. It was really bad. No, it did not taste good. It was like rubbing alcohol and probably gasoline. I've never drank gasoline, but it probably is like rubbing alcohol, gasoline, and any other chemical that you could think of that you want to mix in there.
With a touch of Everclear?
Yeah. And then they decided to put some kind of fragrance in there that smelled like apple pie. It was awful. It was horrible. Yes. I was betrayed because the smell got me. The smell got me. And I just bought it like, when I go to the liquor store, that's like a field trip to me. Every time I go, it's a field trip. I talk to the people in the store. We have whole conversations. I look at everything. I touch everything. I say, oh, what about this? Oh, what about that? Maybe I'll try this for the show. And that's what I did. But that was a very poor decision on my part. I tried it. It was not good. And that's what I have to say about that. So we're going to be talking about apples. And then I'm going to be drinking some more stuff in between. So I thought that I would just start off talking about Apple, as in the phone folks, right? As in Steve Jobs, right? Steve Wozniak, Ronald Wayne, the founders of Apple. So Apple was founded in 1976. And I was very curious about, how did they come up with the name Apple, right? How did they decide that should be it? You can go on a liquor field trip with me anytime, Nala. Just come on down. We'll go. So there are a lot of theories out there, and I wasn't really expecting that. I thought it was going to be just kind of like one thing. This is what, Steve Jobs came up with, and this is how they named it. But let me tell you all the theories. First of all, how many people have an Apple phone? How many Apple users we got out there? I just recently became an Apple user. I was like Android to the day I die. And I still have my Android phone, but I really have it just more so because of memories, pictures, that kind of thing. Hey, Big Stove. But I am an Apple user, and I'm a happy Apple user. I'm happy I made the switch. I made the switch. It was partially peer pressure because I had some friends who were like, come on, Lisa, you need to come on Team Apple. So I did it. But anyway, it's certain things that I miss about the Android, but there are a lot of things that I do like about the Apple phone. So anyway, here I'm is. So listen to this for name inspiration. They said that after visiting an apple orchard while he was on a fruitarian diet, and he was known to, do all of these crazy diets. Like Steve Jobs was really an interesting person, and I'm being nice when I say interesting. Eccentric, very smart. We know that, a genius. Like his IQ was like genius level. And of course, very creative, but they also say that he was very much a tyrant and very difficult to work with and work for. That's the word on the streets. But he was on this fruitarian diet, and he chose the name after he visited an apple orchard because he thought it sounded fun and spirited. The saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, was something that he kept saying about the Apple products. They said the founders wanted a more casual name as opposed to something technical sounding or something that sounded like a company name or like some type of branding. They said the founders wanted the Apple brand name to appear before Atari in phone books because Jobs used to work for Atari. So he wanted Apple to appear before it in the phone books. Some of y'all probably don't even know what a phone book is, right? So, yeah. Oh, Keith, you said where I usually have a guinea pig. Yeah, but I'm known to try stuff, Keith. I like when I have my guests and they try stuff, but I'll try a thing or two. The logo was designed to make sure people knew it was an apple and not some other fruit. That's the reason why there's a bite out of it, because they want to make sure people knew that they were depicting an apple and not like a cherry or a grape or something else or a pear with a stem. So that's how they came up with that. I thought that was interesting because, like I said, I never really thought about what the reasons would be, but I have often thought about, how did they come up with apple? And of course, there are references to, Adam and Eve. And if you all have been on the show, I have a whole theory about that. Like, was it really an apple that Eve bit into, right? Because when you kind of, think about different things and look at different theories and evidence, I'm inclined to think it was not an apple. There are people that say it was a quince, which is a different type of fruit. It's in the apple family. People say it was a grape. There are other people that believe it was a fig because they covered themselves with the leaves afterwards because they realized they were naked. And figs actually produce very large leaves. So there's lots of theories out there. But, anyway, I digress. So let's talk about some of the Apple sayings since we got, Apple out of the way. So how many people said they were Apple users? I'm sorry. I was busy just talking and reading and going off. How many Apple users? If you're an Apple user, put a 1 in the chat, please. Just so we can get a feel for that. And then if you don't put 1 in the chat, then I know you're an Android user, right? Okay, so Miss Yvonne, Eb, Locke, LaWanda. So none of us are turning the chat a different color, right? That's what we can say. That's our claim to fame. Go with Apple. Big Stove. You put the goalie mask up. Big Stove, does that mean you're an Android user? No, I told you I have both. Okay, and I was Android for years because I was like, Apple is trying to take over the world. And I refuse to succumb. Because I always used to say, Walmart and Apple, they're trying to rule the world. Okay, so most of us are Apple users. So now if you ever go to a bar and they're doing some trivia, now you know some shit. Okay, you can say some stuff about the Apple phone. So one of the most famous Apple sayings, and the name of this stream tonight was, how you like them apples, right? We hear that, right? Okay, so Locke has both also. And my Apple is my primary phone also. So the origin of how do you like them apples? So when some people hear it, and I'm reading this off the interwebs, you think about the 1997 movie Good Will Hunting. So if you have ever seen that movie, there's this scene where Matt Damon, who is, he plays this character called Will Hunting, and he's like a mathematical genius. But he works in the school as a custodian. So there's this point in the movie, he gets into this verbal exchange with a rival who's trying to impress this girl. So Will Hunting, Matt Damon's character, he gets the girl's phone number. So he says to the guy, do you like apples? And the guy says, yeah. And then he pulls out a piece of paper with the girl's number on it and he holds it up to the window. And he says, well, I got her number. How you like them apples? I love that scene. I love that movie. Right? That's just a good movie. Okay, Blue Majesty said you love it too. But the expression has nothing to do with the movie, except for it was used in the movie. It is thought that the expression may have come from World War I. The word apple was the nickname for certain grenades and mortars that were used in trench warfare at the time. There was a 2-inch medium trench mortar that was nicknamed Toffee Apple because it looked like an apple on a stick. And the phrase stuck, of course. Some people say it's even further back than that. But basically, when they would toss the grenades, it was how you like them apples, right? Because, of course, the grenade was going to go into the trenches and, kill the people there. Hey, Tank, how you doing? Happy 15 months. How you doing? So that's where they say that this came from. But some people say it dates back to the year 1895. They said that it appeared in a newspaper called The Eagle. And it says, this is the sentence that they give. Bryan is the best cotton market in this section of the state and has received more cotton than any other town in this section. How do you like them apples? That's what it says. Okay, so we can take this however we want. I mean, the whole grenade thing, that makes sense to me. That really does. But, they're saying it maybe it dates back further than that. So, but of course, when you say it to people, you're taunting them and like, look what I got, look what I did, how you like them apples. So there we go. So what about the saying an apple a day keeps the doctor away? Because there's lots of Apple sayings. I found this out. I didn't go down the rabbit hole this week, but I did find this out. There's a lot of them. It says it is thought to have originated in Welsh folklore, folklore, and was recorded as a proverb in 1866. The original phrase was, eat an apple on going to bed, and you'll keep the doctor from earning his bread. Because, of course, apples were healthy, full of nutrients. We know nutrition then was not what it is now. And then in modern day phrasing, it became an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So basically, eating healthy, it got applied to just eating healthy, doing the right things, and you won't have to go to the doctor or you won't get sick. But it says early print examples of the modern phrasing were found as early as 1887. So that's pretty damn old. And I had no idea that saying was that old. And to hear the original, eat an apple on going to bed and you'll keep the doctor from earning his bread. I guess an apple a day keeps the doctor away is a lot. That's a lot shorter, right? To say. So we got how you like them apples and an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But let's taste some stuff. Let's get into these apples, the apple things that I have. So I'm going to make my cocktail last. Okay, the cocktail does come from a recipe book, but let's taste some stuff. So this is something that I've had before. This is Jack Daniel's Tennessee Apple. Evan Williams also makes an apple. A lot of the bourbon companies, whiskey companies have gotten into making flavored whiskeys. Tank said a bottom a day, an apple bottom a day, as in apple bottom, a booty. That. But they make all flavors of Jack Daniels now. And I'm gonna be drinking some Jack Daniel's cinnamon in this recipe. But I've had this before, and this is really good. Okay, so Nolly, you're drinking Applejack. Okay, so this is really, really good flavor. As I said, Crown Royal makes apple. Evan Williams. There are a lot of others. Bird Dog has an apple. But you all know that I am a proponent for Jack Daniels. I like it. That's how I started drinking brown. Yeah. I was thinking the same thing, Blue Majesty. I was actually, when I was doing this research, I was thinking that. But I've had this before, but I am going to take a shot. This is a really good sipper. I'm going to just say that because it has great apple flavor. But of course, if you mix it with something else, it's good. With apple cider or apple juice, or even if you wanted to offset it with like some cranberry or some pomegranate as your mixer, it's delicious. So it smells like, to me, apple Jolly Ranchers is the way that I would describe it. Okay, see, Nala said it's great with cranberry. It is, because the apple and cranberry or apple and pomegranate together, they're delicious. But it smells like apple Jolly Ranchers. That's the way I would describe the smell. It's good. Now, it's got a Tennessee kick. I don't like to say it, Kentucky Hug, because it's Tennessee whiskey. But it definitely has a Tennessee kick. I like this. I like Jack. Okay. And I like the apple flavor. Now, what I have noticed about all of the Jack flavored whiskeys, the Jack Daniel flavored whiskeys, sometimes they have like this little slight aftertaste to them. This one has that. It definitely has that. So for me, I would mix it with the juice. I don't think I would just sip it. But on a scale from 1 to 5, I think I get this a 4.5. It's like right up there. It's almost perfect except for that aftertaste. I can taste the apple. I can taste the whiskey for sure. I get a little kick, but it has this slight aftertaste. And for some reason, the aftertaste on the apple for sure, for this one, it reminds me of like, if you go to the dentist and they give you Novocaine, and then afterwards, when it kind of is like wearing off, there's like this sort of odd taste in your mouth. That's what it reminds me of, but you only get it very briefly. Okay, it's real brief. Because like it disappeared pretty much as soon as I drank it. So that's the reason why I think it's really good with a juice, with some kind of mixer, or in a cocktail. But you can taste the apples in this. So they call this a double, right? So they have like, what I used to call miniatures. Now they call them shots. So they call this one a double. This was $6 in the liquor store. Of course, for a full bottle of Jack, it probably would be, let me not lie to you, because I wrote it down. It probably would be $25. This is 70 proof. And again, this is a double. So for a single, it would be like $3. This was $6. So you can get a couple of drinks out of this. You can get a couple of shots out of this. Again, if you want to try something out, always see if they have the shots. Do they have a double? Do they have a single? Do they have a half pint? Do they have a pint? Because that way you don't have to spend your money on a full bottle on something that you're not sure if you're going to like. Now, sometimes they don't have it, or you have to go to a place like Total Beer and Wine that has a lot of miniatures or, a lot of varieties on the shots. But be willing to go to a couple of places. Like I have a couple of liquor stores in my neighborhood that I frequent. And side note, y'all, I just got to tell y'all, I went to the hood liquor store to get this yesterday. It was a man in there. And I was looking around and he was like, "Oh, can I help you?" And when I looked at the man, I didn't think he worked there. Right? Because you know how it's like a lot of people hanging out in front of the liquor store or whatever. But, I was like, sure, so I told him what I was looking for. And I actually was looking for this liqueur that I'm going to talk about later in this drink, this apple liqueur. So I was telling him what I was looking for. But he came down the aisle to help me. Y'all, that man smelled so bad. So bad. That I almost cried. I don't know what his situation was, and I'm not judging his situation. But I was like, if these people are going to have this man here in this store helping people, we need to do something different in our life. It was bad. It was so, honestly, I hadn't smelled anything like that in a long time. I was like, wow. And I hope that it was a situation, because this is, me, how my mind works. I was like, well, maybe they're helping him out. Like they're giving him a job and they're paying him, and therefore, whereas and because, some improvements can be made here. I don't know. But I hope that's the case, and that's what I'm going to put out there. I want y'all to help me send him some positive energy, because it was bad. It was so bad that, like when somebody smells that bad, you feel like the funk got on you. And then when I left the store, I was like, do I have that on me? Am I stinking like that? It was... Yeah, when the funk hits the fan. But I'm putting out there that they were helping this man out and he can improve his situation, because I know I had the I don't like it face, because I didn't like it. I didn't like it. It was bad. I don't like it. So yeah, anyway. Whew. Okay, so yes, Keith, man. I had on a sweatshirt because, I'm in Georgia. And so in the morning it's been cold, but then it get up to be like 76 degree midday. I had on a sweatshirt when I was in there. And when I came out, I was sniffing the sweatshirt and I took it off because I was like, I just feel like that got on me. And I'm going to just put that in the backseat of my car. And yeah. So anyway, Jack Daniel's Tennessee Apple, original recipe, 70 proof. It says apple liqueur blended with Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey. So it is a blend of the apple liqueur, which I am going to talk about an apple liqueur, blended with Jack Daniel's No. 7 Tennessee whiskey. Pretty good stuff, y'all. So on a scale from 1 to 5, I'm going to give it a 4.5 only because of that slight aftertaste that I'm getting. That's the only reason why it gets that. So I'm going to put that to the side, tasted that. And let's talk about another one of these apple sayings. So we talked about how you like them apples. Apple a day keeps the doctor away. What about the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree? Right? That's something that you hear people say all the time. Do you all know that originated in 1839? I had no idea it was that old. Of course, it means basically how children inherit traits or characteristics from their parents. And it says the origins of the saying, the origins of it, can be traced back to ancient Greece when it was first recorded. But 1839, Ralph Waldo Emerson is credited with making the first known usage of it in the United States. And it became popular after that. It does say an old German proverb inspired him. And the English translation would be, as men say, the apple never falls far from the stem. So that's the translation of it. But the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You hear people say that all the time, right? So basically, you know, when you had the kids and they acting all crazy or good, or if they're beautiful and wonderful, then you're like, looking at the parents, and the parents are beautiful and wonderful or crazy. You're saying the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. But it was interesting to me that they said the origins were traced back to ancient Greece. So a lot of these sayings that we're using in modern day are pretty damn old. And I know that's one that, you hear a lot. And also it's interesting how a lot of it comes from other languages, but then is brought here to, regular usage here in the United States in English. So that's interesting as well. So another one bad apple spoils the bunch, right? So of course, this is defined as someone who creates problems or causes trouble for others, specifically in a group. And their behavior will negatively affect or influence the remainder of the group. So it says that versions of the proverb can be found as far back as the early 16th century in the Cook's Tale, which is from Chaucer, Canterbury Tales. An apprentice chef named Perkins is asked to be let go from servitude on the rationale that his habits of drinking, vice, and debauchery will rub off on his colleagues. So he asked to be let go because he knew he was a bad influence. Now, I don't know how many times that happened nowadays, but I remember when I was in high school, I was like in this honors English class, and our teacher was like awesome. She was the best. But she loved Shakespeare and Chaucer and, all of the classics. We had to do a whole thing on the Canterbury Tales. So like, I remember this really well, like super well. And she was so passionate, when she would talk about these things, and it made it interesting. I gotta say that. And even though it wasn't like in the book that interesting, but the way that she presented it to us, she made it very, very interesting. So I do remember that. But yeah. And I'm trying to figure out, like it says, habits of drinking, vice, and debauchery. I'm wondering, how are they defining vice? Is vice just a broad term for like a bunch of bad shit? I mean, like, I know what the word means, but I'm like, what vice was going on back then? Like, what was the vice like, or what were his vices? I mean, I guess it could be a lot of the same stuff that we do now, right? But anyway, thank you for stopping in, Keith. I appreciate it, and enjoy the game. I appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, but I'm just thinking, what were they doing then? So anyway, so let's try some stuff. But y'all know that whole one bad apple. And of course, apples, when they are in a barrel, which is usually how they were kept, they're there together in the barrel. So if one gets a bad spot on it or starts to go bad, it spreads very quickly throughout the whole barrel of apples because of their proximity. So that's the reason why I think apple is a fruit that is used to kind of, illustrate this in particular. Now, we know any fruit that, is sitting there together is going to get mold on it, and all the rest of it get mold on it, and you don't want to drink it. So, yeah. Okay, so we are going to try a ready to serve. So RTS. So this is Crown Royal Apple. So let me tell you all a little about this, because this is, it's in a can. First of all, you all come in here, you know how I feel about that. I generally can taste the aluminum or the tin in the can. So I really do not drink things out of the can usually, but I did want to try this. It was $2.99. It's 7% alcohol by volume, and it's called Crown Royal Washington Apple. Now, the reason why Washington apples are a big deal is because this is from the state of Washington we're speaking of. They established the first grade standards for the nation in 1915. 8 years later, the Department of Agriculture followed suit. So it took them 8 years to come up to the standard. So Washington apples are known to have higher standards and be better apples. So as you all know, Crown Royal has a lot of ready to serve items. I tried a cocktail last week, I think it was, or the week prior. There was a whiskey sour in the purple bottle. It was very good. But I am going to try this. This is my first time having this. I have never had this. So let me pop the can. Ooh, got a nice little fizz to it. And it's pink. I was not expecting that. Maybe I need to have this for V's for a Cure, right? Because I said I was going to do some pink drinks. I'm not sure why it's pink. I don't know. I didn't see that in any of my research, but it's definitely carbonated. Again, Crown Royal Washington apples, 7% alcohol by volume. So that would be like 14% proof. But, you know, think about like a beer or an ale or something like that. So I can smell apples, not as strong as, doesn't have like it has a faint Jolly Rancher type smell. Because I know what everybody knows what like apple Jolly Ranchers smell like. So that's why I'm likening it to that. But it has a faint apple smell. Hey, Joe Swells, how you doing? Make sure y'all get that man a follow. Give Joe Swells a follow. I've been hanging out in his stream lately. Great DJ, fun dude. So make sure y'all give him a follow. I don't know, y'all. I'm feeling away. I'm feeling away. Yeah, I think, you know, my I don't like it emote is under construction right now, so y'all can't put that up in the chat. Okay, I'm gonna try it again. Let's see. Hey, C Love. Okay, it was a little bit better on the second swig. I think the issue is it doesn't have a lot of flavor. For it to be apple, I don't really taste the apple. I'm just tasting. I feel like I'm tasting carbonation and pink liquid. I don't even really know how to describe this. Like, I don't even really have words for it. And it's not that.
I think she's stuck, y'all.
It's not even like a.
I think she's officially
It's not
stumped.
like the corn liquor. Trust. It's not.
Okay, so it's not that bad.
No, it's not. It's just. I'm trying to find some vocabulary to describe it. And I'm struggling because. It just tastes like pink liquid to me. Like, I don't really taste any alcohol. It's like drinking nothingness with some bubbles. And again, I am so...
Basically, it's seltzer water with a little bit of food coloring.
Yeah, like, I am standing on the corner of perplexed and confuddled as hell. Okay? I'm standing right on the corner.
Hey, Cruz.
Hey, Cruz, what's up? I'm standing right on the corner of that because I'm like, okay, here I am. Like, this is Perplexed Street. And this is Confuddled Street. And I'm standing right there. And I'm like, what the hell? I am confused. I don't know what the hell this is in this can. I just don't. I mean, y'all, I had a Crown Royal Peach in a can that someone gave me.
Do you need a hug? Or another drink or something else?
I'm gonna go back to the good drink in a minute, and I hope the drink that I make is better. I had a Crown Royal Peach that was in a can, and it was horrible. It was horrible. It was absolutely, positively horrific. And I was like, I don't know about this stuff, Crown Royal in this can. And I told you all usually I can taste like the tin or the aluminum or whatever they use to make cans. I don't know. I just taste nothingness. Tastes like pink nothingness with some bubbles in it. Yeah. I'm hopefully it will be back. I hope that I don't like it. Like I said, I took it under some revisions. I wanted to be animated and I found something that fit, and I'm waiting on Twitch to say, yeah, but on a scale from 1 to 5, I believe that I will give this. Is there anything lower than a 0? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, I'm going to give this like a 1.5 to something like that. I don't really know if it's worthy of a 2 because, yeah, it's just, okay, there you go. Miss Yvonne said a nah. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to give. Maybe I need my cards back. Like, nah. Yeah, this is just a no. Okay, I don't care for this. Maybe it could be doctored up, but this is just supposed to be ready to drink. This is a RTS, ready to serve. You're just supposed to be able to pour it up and drink it. Yeah, okay, y'all got it. Trash. Nah. No. Yeah, nothing. Yeah. Yes, I drank nothingness. And I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna put that over to the side. Put that over to the side. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna drink some water because I'm gonna have to clear my palate behind that. That was just, I don't know what the hell that was. Don't buy that shit, okay? Just now, Crown is good, and they make some other products that I have really enjoyed, like that ready to serve whiskey sour I had. I loved it. It was delicious, but that one I don't like. I didn't like it, and I didn't like the Crown Peach in a can. But Crown Royal Peach in the bottle is delicious. The blackberry is delicious. The salted caramel is delicious. The black is delicious. They make some good stuff. I just didn't like that. It's not sweet at all.
Hey, everything can't be hits.
Yeah, everything isn't. And I mean, that's fine. I mean, that's the whole purpose of this, right? And understand, I'm giving you all my opinion. This is my opinion. If you want to try it, go out. But I would suggest you only buy one can. That was $2.99 because they sell them in 4-packs. Get one can. Again, buy a small quantity of something that you want to try just in case you don't like it. Okay? Yeah, Miss Yvonne says some things aren't meant to be. Right. Yeah, the bottle stuff, Crown, great. That, no. But the whiskey sour that came in the bottle, that was great. All right, so I got something else that I bought at Target. Before I get into making my drink, I'm kind of excited about this. It's called Witch's Brew Spiced Apple Wine. So look at that. And it is from Lilano Cellars. Okay, I'm not familiar with them. You all know I'm just getting into the whole wine thing about the last 2 years or so. But it says, drink up, witches. This wine is sweet. On a scale, it says it's about a 3.5. They have like a little scale back here that says dry, sweet, so on and so forth. So they're telling you where it is. It's 12.5% alcohol by volume, and it was $6.99. It says sweet, crisp apples, cinnamon and brown sugar from the Spice Merchant. Enjoy chilled or served warm like a steamy apple crumble from Grandma's Kitchen. Pairs perfectly with a cozy porch swing on a fall evening. And it's witchesbrewwine.com. So this comes out of Michigan. And I did read that on the bottle. So shout out Sea Love. And on the top it says drink up, witches. So Eb, if you're around, put if you sub to Eb, put her twerking witches emote in the chat. Because that works for this. And Eb, I don't know if you can see my nails today. Look at my nails. I have a witch on my nails on the broom, sort of like your emote. Can y'all see? I'm not giving you the finger. This is my ring finger. But anyway, that's it. So that's my Halloween nails today. So I'm excited to try this because, like I said, I just like the name of it. And And I found out like for Halloween, a lot of stuff is just named like Witch's Brew or Vampire something or whatever. But anyway, we're going to try this out. So, did y'all hear that? Could they hear that? That got me going.
Did that make up for the crown?
Yep. It did. So here we go. Cheers, y'all. It's pretty good. This is good. What I'm picking up right away is, it said it has cinnamon and brown sugar in it. And I kind of wondered, how does that pair in a wine, right? Because I've never had a wine that had those elements in it. I can taste the cinnamon and the brown sugar, and it's a good mix. It says sweet crisp apples, cinnamon, and brown sugar. So we don't have to worry about any ill effects for me on this because it's made from apples. I don't think. I mean, I don't know. Is this my first time having an apple wine? I don't know, but I'm good with apples. I drink apple cider and other stuff. So it says apple wine with spices added. So Witch's Brew Spice Apple. Got it from Target. It was $6.99. Really good. I like it. Big stove. It is not Boone's Farm. This is Target, and I'm sure it's a seasonal thing, of course, that they have. And this is good. I would say this is well worth the $6.99. And again, with wine, I feel like wine will sneak up on you. That's just always been my thought about it because it's sweet and, you got it in glass, you laugh, kiki, ha with your friend. And next thing you know, drunk. But anyway, this is very good. So on a scale from 1 to 5, I think I'm going to give this a 5, actually. Yeah, I think I'll give it a 5 because now this is different from wine made from grapes. Please understand that it has a different flavor profile because this is made from apples. So if you are expecting like some sweetness or something you would get from like drinking a Moscato or rosé or something like that, this is apples. It's not incredibly sweet, but it's sweet enough. Okay, it's sweet enough. Hey, Lakita, thank you for the resub. I appreciate you. Yeah, this is good. So I got this at Target. Again, it was $6. Witch's Brew. Good product. Like I said, on a scale from 1 to 5, I will give this a 5. I think this is good. All right, so I'm going to put that to the side. We are making our way through all of the stuff, and that's a good thing. I think I'm going to just swig that. That was good. And we are getting close to our last item, which is our recipe. But let's get back to our talk about these apples. What about the phrase, the apple of my eye? So the definition is the apple of one's eye originally referred to the central aperture of the eye. Figuratively, it is something, or more usually someone, cherished above others. So, of course, we hear people, use that saying all the time. Like I say, I have a little Yorkie. I have a little dog. His name is Wraith. And I always say he is the apple of my eye. He is my favorite child. I like him better than any of my other kids. Don't tell my other kids. But I like him better than any of my other kids.
I'm a tell. Because I know them. I'm a tell.
And I tell him that every day. I also tell him, I tell him every day, you are the apple of my eye and you are the best man I know. And he's not even a man. And I'm well aware of that, but I tell him that. Of course, he thinks he is my man. He does think that. He thinks he's my father,
Oh, he don't think that.
my child,
He don't think it.
my man.
Lisa, he don't think it. He knows it.
He thinks he's all of that. No, he thinks it. It's not reality until I accept it.
No,
I do not.
Wraith knows that shit.
I refute. I refute
Yeah,
and rebuke that.
Your words say one thing, but your actions say otherwise.
Now I love him. I love my dog, and he's smart as hell. I love him. I mean, y'all, yeah, okay. And see, okay, so Blue Majesty and London Michelle also have Yorkies. Okay, Blue Majesty's baby's name is Troy, and London's baby's name is Dumpling. Okay, so we're all Yorkie owners. But yeah, I and can I tell y'all, like, I think I mentioned to you I was having some work done in my house. So it started off because I had a leak in my kitchen under the floor. So they wound up having to pull the flooring up, get to the leak. So my dog's food was in the kitchen, in a certain area. So when they were trying to fix the leak, they came in and they brought these, they fixed the leak and they brought in these big industrial sized fans to dry up the water. They had to make sure everything was dry and clear before they can get ready to put new flooring down. So these fans, like, they're strong, right? Like I said, like, they were low to the ground, but like industrial, and they made a lot of noise. It was just a lot. So when they first brought the fans, my dog kept coming to me and barking, right? And I was like, what's the matter? What were you trying to tell me? What's going on? And so, I usually say to him, do you want a treat? And I point to the treats. And if he wants a treat, he'll stand by the treats. I said, or do you want to go outside? And he'll run to the door. So he was doing neither. So I was like, what do you, tell me, explain to me what you want. So then finally he runs to the dish where the dish is. And I'm looking at him. It's like a damn windstorm. His hair is blowing. It's like a Beyonce video. His little hair is blowing and he's like standing there like, I'm trying to eat, woman. I'm trying to drink my water and I can't. And I was like, oh, got it. So I moved the dish, right? I moved the dish to a different area where it wasn't standing in front of the fan. It was so funny to me, but it was also so smart.
He over there looking at you like, bruh.
It was so smart too, because I'm like, tell me what's going on, what's going on. He just went and stood in front of the dish like, do you see this? I was like, oh my God, it was so funny though. But I was like, that was smart though. That was, So once I moved the dish, he was, yeah, exactly. He was like, this goddamn wind. How am I supposed to eat my food and drink my water over here? So yeah, it took a minute, but I got it. And I know he probably was like, this heifer slow. Like, what's wrong with her? Why does she not get it? But he had to show me. But yeah, he's good about kind of like telling me what he wants, So he was like, move my dish. So I did. But I do tell him every day that he is the apple of my eye. And he does believe he's all those things. But I do not accept all of that. I accept him as the apple of my eye and my fur child. He is my favorite child. But the man, boyfriend, daddy part, he ain't, no. He's not my man. He's not my daddy. He's none of that.
Again, according to you.
He is not. So see, Blue Magic said Troy is a diva too. And I don't know, like little dogs, they're different. They're different. He don't want to go outside in the rain. He'll just hold it all damn day. He don't have no accident or nothing, but he hold it. But he'll go to the door like, oh, it's rain. Oh no, I'm good. I'm like, well, okay then. But the thing is, he really has to go, so he'll keep coming to get me because he want to go outside. But I'm like, it's still raining, so what we gonna do? And we just be looking at each other, and then he'd just turn around and be like, no, I ain't doing that. So I want you all to think about who or what is the apple of your eye. we have that as our discussion question today. While I get some ice. Yeah, they do have big dog energy. I'm sure Troy does, because all little dogs have big dog energy. So we're going to get some ice and make some drinks. Or make a drink. I feel like we need some Jeopardy music or something while y'all have the discussion question. I don't know. Cruz, you said me. I'm the apple of my eye. You are the apple of your eye. I know. Yes, I feel like that. I definitely feel like that. I can relate. I understand. And you know what? If you are not the apple of your own eye, you should be. Because the thing is, it's a poor dog that don't wag his own tail, speaking of dogs, right? So you need to be wagging the hell out your tail. Because if you don't wag it, who else is going to wag it for you? Like, you got to do that. Yes. Ebony said, I want to thank me, myself, all of the peoples, right? I all the versions of me I would like to thank because I am fan-fucking-tastic. I concur, Ebony. Wholeheartedly. Yes, say that again. And honestly, y'all, we need to say that to ourselves a lot more often because if you are waiting on somebody else to validate you, you might be waiting an awful long time. Okay? Just saying. So, I am going to talk about the ingredients, but I want to show you all this book that I found in one of my favorite places. Not TJ Maxx this time, but close, Marshall's. This is The Home Bartender. This caught my eye because it says 200 plus cocktails made with 4 ingredients or less. Not less. It says 3rd edition. I've never seen it before, but it says 3rd edition and includes 50 new recipes. The Home Bartender by Shane Carley, author of the Mason Jar Cocktail Companion. It is going through Stream Elements, but that is what the book looks like. And I am making a recipe out of this book. Hold on, let me move my hand here so you all can see it. But that's what it looks like. So it says more drinks, fewer bottles, 200 plus cocktails made with 4 ingredients or less. So I flipped through it. It was only $13 at Marshall's. And I was like, oh, this seems like a pretty good thing. And it's broken out into sections. So they had a clears in the front. They have whiskey. Then they have like a miscellaneous section. So when I flipped through, and I'm going to show you all the page with the recipe on it, I saw this, and it's called a cinnamon apple. So this is what I'm making, the cinnamon apple right over here. And you make it with cinnamon whiskey, apple liqueur, and of course, the cinnamon stick is the garnish. And I thought, hey, this doesn't sound bad. I got some old-fashioned glasses. That's a short glass, right? I got some old-fashioned glasses. And then, of course, they have it where you can make it virginal. So basically, that's just taking out the whiskey. So it's apple cider, apple liquor, cinnamon whiskey, and the cinnamon stick is the garnish. So I am going to make this. I am not using Fireball Big Stove because I am not a fan of Fireball. I've talked about that, and I believe Fireball is up to some trickery as well. It is not the cinnamon whiskey that I care for because it has an aftertaste to it. But I am using some remnants on my shelf of some other things. Okay. Jim Beam, which I've talked about, and you see it's just a little corner in there, but this is Jim Beam Fire. And then this is Jack Daniel's Cinnamon Spice Tennessee Fire. So again, I am trying to utilize what I have on my shelf before I get into buying more stuff. So I decided to bring these and use just the remnants of it. And I mean, I think it's going to be fine mixed together. Like I'm not okay, one's Beam, one's Jack Daniels, but they're both cinnamon. And I actually did a show on cinnamon whiskey. It was actually one of the first shows that I did here in this studio. I remember that pretty well. And it was, I like both of these. So there's lots of stuff out there besides Fireball. Now, if you like Fireball, go ahead with you. I'm not a fan of it. I feel like there are other cinnamon whiskeys out there that are really good. So I'm going to be using those. So I am looking at my recipe book, and this is a build, which means we're going to build this in the glass, and then we're going to stir it, garnish it with our cinnamon stick, and then we're going to see what it tastes like. So the basic ingredients, it says we're filling an old-fashioned glass with ice. We're adding the cider, the apple liquor, the cinnamon whiskey, and we're stirring it until it's thoroughly mixed. Okay, so I got some ice, and I got cubes here. So I'm just going to put 2 in there. And it says 2 parts apple cider, which is basically 2 ounces. When you see a recipe that says parts, they're basically talking about the measurement of the jigger. And y'all remember last week I had that fancy jigger with that handle and didn't know I couldn't do shit with that. So I went back to my old jigger. Okay, because this I can handle. This I can do. So I'm going to start off with my apple cider. And I'm going to put that to the side. And I'm going to build this in my glass. And it's apple cider time. Y'all know that fall starts on the 22nd. It's right around the corner. 22nd of September is the official first day of fall. And maybe where you are, it's already feeling very fall-like. We have kind of fall-like feeling here in the mornings, I feel like, but not so much during the day yet. We're not there yet. So 2 parts of apple cider, and then it says 1 part of apple liqueur. So I want to tell you a little bit about this apple liqueur that I found. Now, this is where I told you all I go to the liquor store and I have whole conversations with the people there. So this is a German apple liqueur. It is 40 proof. It costs $25. This has been around since 1758. So that's impressive. It is sun-ripened apples with a base of 100% wheat. The product comes out of Germany, but it is bottled in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. The German pronunciation, I wrote this down, is Behetzen. Now, you all see that it does not look like Behetzen. American pronunciation would be Berenzen, but in Germany, it would be Behetzen. That's how you would pronounce it. So the gentleman at the liquor store was telling me that the products that come out of Germany in terms of liqueur are the best. He said that their products are superior when it comes to liqueur because they have perfected the technique far better than any of the American makers here. So he said, if you're going to buy any type of liqueur, look at what is German made. I did not know that. I was right then years old when I found that out in the liquor store on yesterday. So anyway, something to keep in mind. Okay, so look at this here. Mount Pleasant, Chucktown, your old neck of the woods. Yep, that's where it's bottled from. So it says 1 part of apple liqueur. Now, unfortunately, they didn't have this in a smaller quantity. So that means there will probably be more apple liqueur drinks made because you see how much this is. They didn't have it in a smaller quantity, so I had to get what I could get. But it says 1 part. Had a gurgle to it. And I'm pouring that in. Making a mess today. I kind of want to taste this on its own in a way. I think I will. Sorry. Let me pause this for a second. Because it smells really good. So I'm very curious as to what it tastes like. That is delicious. That is good, y'all, on its own. It definitely has an apple flavor, but it's not overpowering. It's not like, cider or Jack or anything like that. It's a very like light type of apple flavor, good smell. 40 proof, that's pretty low proof. So yeah. This is good. I think this would be a good sipper on its own, but I think it's going to be great in this cocktail. Okay. All right, let me put that to the side and continue with the drink. So I did the 1 part of apple liqueur, and then it says 1 part cinnamon whiskey. So I'm going to start with my smallest quantity here, which is my Jim Beam. I don't know if this is going to make a full jigger or not. Nope. It's not.
Just take that to the head.
It's not. So this will be going in the trash. Good old Jim Beam fire, but that was really good. And so I'm going to be mixing it up with this Jack Daniels, so we're going to get our full part here. And it's such a small amount here, but anyway, that's the corner that's left. I want to build it the way that they said. And I'm going to pour that in there. And then it says stir it. So I'm using my bar spoon to stir it. And then it says add a cinnamon stick for a garnish. So there's my cinnamon stick. And that is what it looks like. So this is a cinnamon apple. And of course, you can make this with 2 parts apple cider. It says 1 part sparkling cider, a dash of cinnamon, and a cinnamon stick for a virginal version of it. However, I'm just thinking you could do apple cider, cinnamon stick, and that would be fine. I mean, I guess I get the sparkling cider to give it some fizz, to make it more like a drink. But anyway, hey Marcia, how you doing? So yeah. So let's taste this. So cheers. Let me drink some water though, because I did drink that apple liqueur. Put all of that to the side. So this is our beverage today, a cinnamon apple. Hey Guzzle, how you doing? Guzzle, we just made a cinnamon apple. It's all about apples today. So all of the drinks had an apple theme to them. And now I'm making the cocktail, or I made the cocktail. So this is the cinnamon apple. So cheers, y'all. I like it. I like this. On a scale from 1 to 10, 1 to 5, not 1 to 10, 1 to 5, I give it a 5. This is good. Okay. Y'all, Googly decided she wanted to be part of the conversation and talk. She was like, I don't know. What don't you know? Okay. And it says, who doesn't love a cinnamon apple situation? What kind of situation is she talking about? What's the cinnamon apple situation? What is this, some new shit that I need to know about? I mean, tell me these things, okay? Listen. I don't know. I've been out of the dating world a long time, okay? So is cinnamon apple situation, is that a thing? Is that a thing, y'all? What is that? What does that mean? Okay, anyway, if y'all know what a cinnamon apple situation is, school a sister, let me know. Like I said, it's been a long time. But anyway, I don't know why she picked up on that. I've been talking the whole time, but this is really good. I give this a 5. Guzzle says, sounds like an entanglement. Sound like an entanglement too, but cinnamon apple, because cinnamon kind of spicy, apple kind of sweet. What are we talking about, Googly? Anyway. This is very good. So I give this a 5. So I'm going to tell you, I can taste all of the flavors. I can taste the apple. I can definitely taste the cinnamon. Kind of gives you a little like red hot type, flavor to it. And of course, the apple coming from the apple cider. I can taste all of the ingredients. And I like cocktails that even when you mix them, you can still taste everything that you put in there. I enjoy that. Like that to me elevates the palate to a certain level because it's very distinctive. I can taste everything, every layered ingredient in this. So this is really, really good. I give this a 5. So yay for The Home Bartender. That's the book by Shane Carley. And yay to the apple cinnamon. So this is really, really good. I liked it. So I recommend the book. Recommend the drink highly. And then remember my infusion. I really like this. This was really good. Tastes just like a caramel apple. So shout out to London for suggesting, kind of a remix on that. She did a remix, an edit, and a blend, all of that, right? Or maybe she did the remix and I did the edit. I did the blend. I don't know. Anyway, this is really, really good. So thank you to that. And again, this was half Bird Dog salted caramel. That's the whiskey that I used. The other half was the apple cider right here. Put some cinnamon sticks and some sliced apples in there, and I let it marinate overnight. So 24 hours. I imagine if it marinated longer, it might be even better, but it tastes just like a caramel apple. So give this a 5 as well. So I got 2 drinks that I gave a 5. My Jack Daniels, I gave that a 4.5 only because it has a bit of an aftertaste to it. I was familiar with that. I knew that. I knew what to expect because I've had this before. But I think when it's mixed with something else, it'll eliminate the aftertaste. But in terms of just sipping it, no, I wouldn't really recommend it. But 4.5 just because of that slight aftertaste. And then I had my wine, my Witch's Brew from Target for $6. I gave that a 5 as well. I really liked it. Now, again, this is not grape wine. This is apple wine. So if you are used to wine made from grapes, this is going to be a different flavor profile. But I tasted the brown sugar. I tasted the cinnamon. Definitely tasted the apples. Thought it was really good. 12.5% alcohol by volume on this one. So again, it could sneak up on you. And then lastly, Crown Royal, the ready-to-serve Washington apple, which I described as pink nothingness. I gave it like a 2. I gave the wine a 5, by the way, but I gave this a 2 because I don't know. I just don't have the words to describe it. It has carbonation in it. It's pink. Don't really taste apples. I didn't care for it. I didn't like it. But again, I'm finding that maybe some of the things that come in a can, and I'm specifically saying can here from Crown Royal, I don't care for it. But the things that come in bottles, Crown Royal whiskey, the whiskey sour cocktail, yeah, I didn't. Yeah. Okay, so my I don't like it is available. Did I hear? Oh, there it is. Thank you. That's the emote. The I don't like it with Bugs Bunny. So let me tell y'all the reason why I chose that. And first of all, shout out to Marcia Nell Brady for creating that for me. I was waiting for it to get approved, and I checked on it earlier before I came, and it wasn't. I found out through conversation, and I did not know this, that both London Michelle, CC Cruz, and myself are big fans of Bugs and Daffy. Okay. I also happen to know that Locke is a fan of at least Daffy. So I found out that they were fans. So I was like, let me create an emote that kind of is for all of us. So that's the reason why I created that. And you all see we have a second animated one with Bugs and Daffy. And if you can't read that, it says, wait, what? Guzzle says, Bugs, this is Ninja. Hey, Bugs is like the original smartass. And I love bugs growing up. I love bugs. I loved Woody Woodpecker. He is like, I just love the whole, well, bugs I love because he has such quick wit. Absolutely love that. I admired that even when I was, a child. I was like, he's so smart, right? He's always outsmarting, Elmer Fudd or whoever he was, engaged with. So I did that in honor of my mods. So London, Cruz, I love y'all so much. I appreciate y'all so much. And I did that for us because, hey, we deserve to have something, right? We deserve to have a little something. So that's what we got. So it says, I don't like it. So isn't that a trip how that just came through, right? But anyway, if you need emotes, Marcia O'Brady is your person. Please make sure you seek her out. You can whisper her, ask her how much she'll charge you for the emotes, and you can get some stuff going for your stream. Okay, so do that. Hey, Little Unique, how you doing? So this is what we had today, and who is the apple of you all's eye? I saw Blue Majesty. She put her children. She put her daughter in there that she's the apple of the eye. But who else? What else did I miss? And it can be a thing or a person. So I told y'all my dog was the apple of my eye. But who or what is the apple of your eye? Okay, so now we're talking about Cartoon Network. But who or what is the apple of your eye? Put that in the chat. Okay, so your daughter and your mom. Okay. So I think for me, London said tacos. I love that. I said my dog is my favorite child, but I have two other kids, that I love. And this is crazy. It's gonna sound crazy when I say this. I don't really like kids as a whole. Okay. But I love mine. Right. But just kids. I mean, the reason why I have two kids, y'all, is because of my late great husband. Okay. That's the reason why I have two kids. Because if it was left up to me, I would have this many. The goose egg. I would have 0. But I love my kids. Okay, Lioness Nyla said, Jack Daniels is the apple of my eye. Nyla, when you gonna come to Georgia, girl? When you coming to Atlanta? Because we need to sit down and have a drink. Okay, so you said you love your daughter, but sometimes you don't like her. I can relate to that. Okay, so Marcia said, my 2 boys, 13 and 17. I'm gonna cry. What? Your oldest graduates in 2025? Oh, Marcia, that is so sweet. But you gotta look at it as progression, right? Because we know they're not gonna stay little forever. Yeah, in a few months. Wow. Okay, so C Love said, my grown adult kids and your fur babies, right? Yeah. And it can be a thing because like London said, tacos. Like for me, it might be French fries. Like I love French fries and I love whiskey. For a good bottle of whiskey, I don't know. Like how good is the bottle of whiskey and what is my dog worth? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah. I don't know. For a good bottle, a really good bottle, but no, I love my dog. Absolutely love my dog. He is definitely the apple of my eye and French fries. But honestly, for me, when you say something or someone, it changes often because, certain people that maybe I'm focused on, but I am a person who, as annoying and irritating as people can be sometimes, and we know they can be, I like people. I like engaging with people, talking to them, hearing their stories, their background. It's very important to me that we be kind to each other because I feel like there's so much negativity. So to show some concern or care, and like I tell people, just giving a person 10 minutes. And when I say 10 minutes, what I mean by that is 10 minutes of undivided attention where I'm listening to you, I'm looking at you, I'm focused on you, and I'm hearing and receiving what you have to say. And I think it can make such a huge difference. So I would kind of say the apple of my eye are people. It's that engagement. And thank you all so much for the hype train. All bits and subs for the month of October will go to Beats for a Cure. I really appreciate that so much. All of the money counts. Every single bit of it. Every single penny counts. So speaking of that, I have a special raffle for all of the Twitch people that donate directly. If you donate directly, you are going to be entered into a raffle for merch. I will let you choose off of the website, beatsforacure.org, whatever you want. Okay, so there will be one winner named probably the beginning of November. So after the entire campaign is done, I will choose a raffle winner, and I'll probably just put everybody's name in a bucket or something and choose it. But if you are a Twitch person and you donate, I will put your name in the bucket. So it's exclamation point donate. My stream will be October 30th. We're going to do adult story time, some brown frisky woman. We're going to do some Halloween stuff. I'll make some pink drinks, some Halloween drinks. Make sure that you are following Lock and Key Media. I have it going through the stream elements. Make sure you are following him and you tune into him. So this Sunday, y'all, he'll be on for Sunday Night Noir. Maybe, just maybe, it might be a special guest. If you were there last Sunday, yep, Ebony ATL was his special guest. And it was really, really a good stream. Really enjoyed it. So make sure that you're following and tune in, because maybe you will see someone you know. Perhaps. Just tune in and see.
Ebony killed it.
And Ebony did. She slays. So y'all put some hearts and claps in the chat for Ebony, because Ebony, you did such a great job.
Follow
with it.
Ebony ATL.
Yeah, follow her, please. But I wanna say, make sure, I wanna say, like, what I really loved, Ebony, and I can say this to you. You brought it, like you brought the whole Sunday Noir vibe, but then you added some extra little stuff in there. Like you put a cinnamon stick in there. Okay, you put a cinnamon stick in the drink, and it was nice. It was really nice. I really, really enjoyed it. She did an awesome job.
Amazing job.
So make sure that you following her. Plus, she has a doggone twerking witch emote. Okay, y'all. Get that. Subscribe now. So Beats for a Cure kicks off next Thursday. Now, there is some discrepancy about who kicks it off. I'm just saying. I'm just pointing that out. It might be D-Man. It might be somebody else that kicks it off. I don't know, because I heard some rumors, about who might be kicking it off. But it starts next Thursday. So please, y'all, come and see me next Thursday, because I am going to have my own very special guest. It does relate to breast cancer awareness. Make sure you're following me on IG under Brown Whiskey Woman so that you can see the flyer. But I would love it if you all would come in and support. It's going to be a little different kind of show, because it's going to be a little bit more serious as I'm speaking to this person about their experience with breast cancer. So hopefully everything will pan out and work out, and the person will be here, and you all will find out who that is. But it is some of our Twitch fams. So I'm really, really excited about that. And I'm very, very proud and privileged that she agreed to come on the show. So I'm really looking forward to that. So make sure that you tune in next Thursday. That's the 24th for the special guest. I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much. Always. I never, ever take your presence for granted. I will say it every single time, because I mean it. I thought I was going to make it. And I'm going to try. Like October is like really, it's a tough month for me. Okay. I absolutely love Halloween, and I love everything that has to do with, we're changing seasons and all of that good stuff. But on a personal note, you all have been in the streaming. You kind of know that I was married for 20 years. And my husband died about 6 years ago. So Halloween is the day that we got married because it's my favorite holiday. So this year would have marked 26 years that we would have been married. And I think about him all the time. And I think about him a lot during the month of October. And right now I'm dealing with this whole house rebuild. They got my house tore up. Came out today and I picked out some floors. So that's a good thing. But they're doing like drywall and a whole bunch of stuff because I had a leak in my kitchen. So that coupled with all of the emotions, I guess you could say, that I feel during this month, it's been a lot. So coming here is great for me because it's a break from kind of like my regular everyday stuff. And I get a chance to be here with y'all and talk shit and drink whiskey and wine and all of that. And I absolutely appreciate that about you all, because you hang with me, you know, like you my 8th graders, y'all hang with me, and I really appreciate that. But I want to let you all know that you're contributing exponentially to my mental health this month in particular. And it was hard. It was hard today. It was hard for me to come. It was hard for me to come today because of how I was feeling, but I feel so much better. And thank you all so much for being here. It means a lot to me. Again, I never, ever take it for granted. I never will. I hope that when you come, you have a little fun, you learn a little something about whiskey. And then maybe if you're ever in a trivia contest or you go on Jeopardy, shit, you might win a prize, right? And if you do, I want a portion of your earnings. Okay, I'm going to just say that. If you go on Jeopardy and you win some damn money, I want a portion of your earnings. I mean, D-Man said he won 100% during the month of October if you use any of the randomness in his stream. I'm going to just ask for a portion. You know, we'll negotiate the terms. We'll negotiate the percentage when you win. But thank you all so very much. And again, don't forget, Beats for a Cure kicks off next Thursday. Don't know who it starts with, but tab them up. Make sure you still come in here and hang out with me because I'm going to be doing my own thing and I am going to have a special guest. So make sure that you're here next Thursday. And we are about to get out of here. Does anybody have any questions about anything? I mean, yeah. Thank you, Nala. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And y'all are like my ride or dies. Like Nala's always in here. Moni G is in here. Unique is always in here. Like it's so many of y'all that are always here. Lakita is here. Lawanda is here. Psalmist, Blue Majesty. I mean, I appreciate y'all. Eb is always here. I appreciate you all so much for being here with me. It means a lot. It means a whole bunch, a whole heap of a lot. So, and again, all bits and subs go to Beats for a Cure. So I really want to raid into Rebomb, or earlier, Locke was on a raid train, the Block Party. So let me see who is, okay, so Champ is on right now for Rebomb. Who's on Block Party? OE? Okay, let's go to OE. I mean, I love Champ. And I usually do try to support Rebomb, but let's go to OE. Okay, let's raid into him and we can hang around and say hey to him. And I just want to say thank y'all so much. Appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I will be back next Thursday, October the 24th, with my special guest discussing their experience with breast cancer. Okay, so let's do it. Hey, Natty, how you doing? And I'm gonna drink my drinks. Hey, DK, thank you for the bits. Let's get out of here. And I will see y'all next week. And I guess we can ride out on, you remind me of my favorite bourbon. I'll be singing back here.
Yes, she does.
you're my favorite bourbon. Take a sip of you, baby, I'm swerving from left to right. Left to right. You remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take 2 more shots, you know I'm swerving from left to right. All night. Would you call me old fashioned if I kiss you in the rain in Manhattan? Oh, I can't wait until my lips are on yours. I can't help the way that I'm feeling. The way you look tonight is so appealing. Hold up, I need to pace myself. You're the bullet to my heart, I swear. I swear. Only took one shot. Only took one shot. The only thing I'll promise is I'll give you all I've got. Oh. You remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take a sip of you, baby, I'm swerving from left to right. Left to right. You remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take 2 more shots, you know I'm swerving from left to right.
Yeah, look, alright. Now pretty bourbon brown eyes, can I grab you off the shelf? You sweet but you strong, I gotta have you to myself. I'm trying to let you know that you're the only drink I'm trying to pour. Girl, it's Dunton, aka the slurring bourbon connoisseur. And look, I had a